What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Welcome back to another one. Hope all is well. Shiloh Sanders had a successful surgery on his pinky. I know the other video I said index finger, but it's pinky. He had successful surgery. We're going to talk about that. Coach Prime said parents are wannabe agents. And I could see that being a problem, uh, as the years progress with this NIL situation. Because if you don't have any experience being an agent, you could give some bad advice, or things could take a left turn. Or maybe it's good for the parents to step in and be the agents of their children, because they know what's best for their kids, right? So they can only learn as they go on. Travis Hunter was named academic All-American. I think that's very important. But what doesn't he excel in? Travis Hunter is one of a kind, but we're going to talk about that. So as you see here, Shiloh Sanders, he had a successful surgery and things like that. He had to get his index finger taken care of, and so it was a successful surgery. That's why I guess you didn't see him featured in the Well Off video when they were looking for Coach Prime a house. So he had to take care of that situation. Shout out to him. He said he didn't have to go to practice, so he stayed up late. But yeah, man, they got to put a pin in his hand, and I believe it. They said, I forget how many weeks, like 12 weeks or something like that, and then they'll take the pin out. Woo! I remember they had to take this kind of, well, Coach Prime had pins in his feet, and they had to take those out. And but sports medicine has advanced over the years. So I know a lot of football players. They have some of them have crooked hands. One being Alan Page. Alan Page used to play for the Vikings back in the day, and he's a Supreme Court judge. I think he may have stepped down now, retired, but his pinky hand goes all the way. It like bends all the way down. And also, believe it or not, Rick George, the athletic director, his pinky finger comes out. It like bends for Rick George playing football. If people don't know, he has a crooked pinky. I believe it's his pinky that's crooked, and I believe he was a defensive back for playing football. So shout out to Rick George. But Shiloh was like, I got to get this taken care of. I don't want to go like my whole life. Some people wear it as a badge of honor. Just like back in the day, if y'all don't know, the boxer Gene Tooney, after he retired, he had a cauliflower ear from boxing. And he never got it fixed because it was like a badge of honor, from him boxing so many years. They call him the Fighting Marine, by the way, Gene Tooney. But so shout out to Shiloh Sanders for getting that done. Lauren was with them. Shout out to Lauren. She's like family, right? Like to them, they since Jackson State. So, but shout out to her. Let's move on to Coach Prime. I was reading here. He was talking about, it says Deion Sanders believes parents have become wannabe agents, misleading kids on NIL deals. So it says Deion Sanders see how a few recruits are hurting their own brand by listening to bad information. The worst part about the whole ordeal is the parents are overstepping their bounds and not realizing they're causing damage. The Colorado Buffaloes coach recently explained how it's a new world in college football recruiting. Parenting is unbelievable. That's hilarious. He said parenting is unbelievable. And now it's breeding into college football, Sanders said on the Brett Boone podcast, because the NIL and all this parents are becoming agents, and they still want to do deals. Sometimes they're giving them the right wisdom, but sometimes they're giving those young men the wrong wisdom on what to do with their lives. He went on to say it's different for some players who have yet to discover their market value. Also, there's a small fraction with the ability to demand a huge payday. When some parents are too emotionally invested, they flat out can't comprehend the bigger picture on why not everything is glitters and gold. It can create deep-seated friction. Um, what the parents don't understand, if it doesn't work out, the kid is going to look at you and blame you for the rest of his life, Sanders said. Coach Prime said before that he isn't selling an idea to get rich quick NIL schemes. It's one of the reasons why he and his staff have been some of the best recruiters in the nation. Sanders keep it real about every situation. He also knows when to pass on overblown proposals presented by a player or their representatives. It says Sanders dove deeper into the NIL conversation about why collectives are different from the original idea of the players getting paid directly. He said, I love the kids are getting compensated, Sanders said, but when you gotta ask the question, why they're really getting compensated for their name, image, and likeness, we always hear about NIL, but we don't ever see NIL. He said, we don't ever see NIL. The process has gotten out of control with some of the oversight needed. Sanders knows he knows it's only going to get worse before changes start to happen. He said, he went on to say, NIL, I don't mind, but assembling the bag, I got a problem with that, Sanders said. I want to see kids get a cut from whatever the NCAA is doing. I want that to happen, but I want to do it right where we have parameters and we have guidelines. Coach Prime and the Buffaloes have 2 weeks of National Signing Day on February 7th. They pulled in the 21st ranked combined class in 2024, according to 247 Sports. What else here? Right parameters. All right, so I'm sure he probably is dealing with this. Parents probably, are feeling somewhat slighted, about their kids and the NIL situation. Everybody wants that bag. Everybody wants everybody thinks probably they worth more than what they think they are, especially their parents. They're like, look, we think we should get this amount of money, and if they're not offered it, I could see it being a problem. And there's probably going to have to be changes to this whole NIL situation moving forward, maybe within the next few years. Right now, it's the wild west. You see people jumping in the transfer portal, and they're going to get more bag and opportunity. Some of them jumped in the transfer portal because their coach is no longer there. I get that. But what do you say to a parent? Like, okay, my kid was all conference and all this and all that. And then they come and say, well, we need this. And then you have to tell them, like, he's not going to get that. But, parents are going to, I'm not saying parents don't know what's good for their kids, but this whole NIL situation is a whole different ball game. I think some parents do understand it. I think some parents are, even though they don't have any experience with it, they can quickly gain experience and get qualified. Remember, we have the internet. All the information is on the internet for you to go research. So a lot of these parents are probably doing that, and they're expecting a big bag. They see all the money floating around with certain players, but then you got to think about some of the players that's getting all these NIL deals. How are they getting them? Are they marketable? What type of, this is what I want to say, what type of social media following do they have? Like I was saying before, all right, let me just put it like this. I was saying this before in another video. If I'm a player, okay, I'm transferring into Colorado, and let's say I'm a sophomore, or I redshirted my first year, but I'm still a freshman. I still have 4 years left of eligibility. what I think I'm gonna do is, get with Bucky, and I want to know how I could build my social media through Bucky and what they're doing, and Darius Sanders, and also Uncle Neely. I would go to them and say, listen, can I get an interview, or can I be featured in one of your videos? If you got the right charisma and things like that, fans want to hear from you. And just because you're coming there, fans want to hear from you. I'm seeing some players doing interviews. I'm even seeing parents doing interviews. All of that helps, to build your social media. You're not going to have a huge following overnight now. Just because you transferred in, yeah, they're getting a lot of clout, but you got to work for that following. Organic following is very hard to obtain, but it's easier for them because they had that program. All you have to do is keep being consistent and putting out content. Do you have a YouTube page? Do you have a Instagram? Do you have a On3 account? Do you have a TikTok? Like Travis have all of these things. Travis is it's just his personality though. Just talking to Travis, just thinking about Travis for a minute. And I'm gonna tell you where I'm going with this. Just looking at Travis for a minute, he started out at Jackson State, right? He was the #1 recruit coming out of high school. He has this his character shines. He just has it. He sometimes he jokes in front of the camera. People like Travis. You got to be marketable too to get these NIL deals, and also it goes on your following. Shador has millions of followers on Twitter. Travis does the same thing, but Travis is very consistent on YouTube, and all of that matters. All of that helps getting these NIL deals. Just because you transfer to, let's say, Colorado, people still don't know you, but you got to put yourself in front of the camera and people are going to know you. On top of it, if you play good and you win, oh, it's coming. Oh, yeah. You know how Coach Prime said in year 1, we coming? And then he said, we're here. When you play good, then you're there. That's what happens. And let's say if you're not playing, but you built your social media following because you're in front of the camera all the time. Last year I saw some players really shine away from the camera, and it's okay if you don't want to be on camera. You don't want to be a part of the social media thing that's going on, because the whole world is like on social media now. That's just the way it is. People are on social media, and some people shied away from the camera. The bag is not going to really be there. Nobody will know who you are. Get in front of the camera. I know some people don't want to get in front of the camera, but that might help you with NIL deals. But the main thing that will help you is your play on the field. That's the main thing. That's the main thing that's going to help you. But if you don't have that, you got to get in front of the camera. You got to build your social media up. You at the right place for these players. You are at the right place in right time. They have all the media attention. All you got to do is get in front of the camera, or create a social media and interact with some of the fans, harder comment here and there. Fans appreciate that. And you build your following that way, little by little. And I have seen some players, let me see, besides Travis, as far as embracing social media, Caleb Mathis. Caleb Mathis embraces social media. Rock, Tyler Brown, he embraces social media. Jimmy Horn, he just put out a video today, at the playing basketball. Kermani has done the same thing. And if he gets back to vlogging, Kermani, really, he's going to blow up. People want to hear from him. He's one of those players, people are, they really want to hear from him and see what he's doing. But it's up to him, though. These players are busy as well. And maybe some players are just not comfortable in front of the camera. I get that. Kermani was one of the top recruits coming out of high school. So the NIL deals is going to be there for him. And also he saw action on the field, and he is marketable, because people they want to know from him. They want to, you get what I'm saying? So, but some of the players I see, the new players, they are embracing social media, building up their Twitter, X accounts and stuff like that. But you got to really work for it. And what I'm getting at, this is what I'm trying to get at. excuse me, as parents, they see, okay, my kid did this, my kid did that, and they transfer in. I'm not just talking about Colorado, but I'm talking about going to a school, they want a certain amount of money, and maybe he doesn't really have that big following, you know, or the play on the field is average, you're gonna, you got to work for it. I know some players is like, damn, how come some freshmen are coming in? How come some freshmen are coming in and getting this bag? Some high school players are marketable, man. They have their social media following is huge. Olivia Doon, she's from New Jersey. She's like in the top 3 in the NILs right now, top 3 or top 5 or whatever. And her social media following is through the roof. So you got to work on that social media. That's a big part of it in your play as well. And I know I could see how some parents, they're giving their kids bad advice and like, no, we're not going there. And then they're not giving us a bag. And I understand that some people, they want a bag, folks. They do. And but the biggest way I could say to get that bag is your play on the field and social media, building a social media following. And like I said, a school like Colorado, like look at Shiloh, for example. Shiloh put out a video, just giving people a glimpse of his life. Look, I'm going to have surgery. He's going to gain more followers. He's already got a lot of followers, but he's going to gain more. He's going to have even more support because people say, okay, we saw a little bit behind the scene of him having surgery. All of that matters, folks. Look at Travis Hunter. I keep going back to him. Him and his partner, his girlfriend, they have a family channel. He works that family channel. He's very consistent. He also has his channel. He also doing a reaction, like a 20-minute clip of him reacting to certain videos and stuff like that. And he's just a marketable kid, man. And I could see some players, I'm not just talking about Colorado, but I'm just saying, just think about, you got a few players on the team that's getting hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not millions. Some players going to feel like they deserve that too. It's human nature. Some people are, man. And that's some of the problems with the NIL. But I'm glad the NIL is here, name, image, likeness. I'm glad it's here because I think I think the players should get paid. And also on top of the NILs, you have the collectives where you can pay the players from that as well. I don't know how that works. Do all players get the same amount from the collectives? I don't know. Maybe I have to do more research on that. But that's my part that I want to say about the parents. And where else we at now? So Dan Lanning. All right. So what did Dan Lanning say? Dan Lanning says he doesn't regret Colorado pregame speech, addresses Alabama coaching search. Oregon's 2023 football season came with countless on-field highlights, from a run to the Pac-12 championship game to Bo Nick's outstanding final year. The Ducks produced their share of off-field storylines, most notably with head coach Dan Lanning delivering a spirited pregame speech ahead of their matchup with Colorado, later spurring a vacant Alabama coaching position. And he said, rooted in substance, not flash. Lanning said, mocking Deion Sanders led Buffaloes. Rooted in substance. Today, we talk with our pads, talk with our helmet, right? Every moment. The Cinderella story is over, man. They're fighting for clicks. You remember that? And he was talking about his viral speech, and he does not regret his comments. He said cameras would no longer be allowed in Oregon's locker room. We also went in depth on why he declined Alabama's. All right, I don't want to get into the Alabama thing, but he said he don't regret it. Hey, man, he don't regret it. He don't regret it. Why would he regret what he said? Because he meant it. Okay, simple as that. He meant it. But unfortunately, we don't get to play him again. We don't get to play him again this season. So it's, unfortunate. I would love to have gotten a chance to play him again, but it is what it is, man. Dan Lanning. So that's Dan Lanning. I want to get to Travis Hunter. This is the important part. I want to get to Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter, man, what can he's doing everything right, man. Travis he got to be one of my favorite players, man. I don't like to play favorites, but he's up there. I don't like to play favorites, but he's up there. So it says here, check this out. Travis Hunter named to academic All-American. That is beautiful right there. The University of Colorado 2-star Travis Hunter excels on and off the field. He was named a first-team 2023 All-American by College Sports Communications this week, becoming just the second player in the program history to earn first-team All-American, first-team All-Academic honors. That's the most important honor right there, man, All-Academic. And Hunter joins Joe Romick, who is similar, a consensus first-team All-American on the field and All-Academic All-American in the classroom in both 1960 and 1961. Hunter is majoring in psychology at Colorado and has a 3.6 GPA. This season, he is one of 4 consensus first-team All-American and first-team first-team All-American, academic All-American, joining Washington wide receiver Rome Odunze and Kansas State offensive lineman Cooper Beebe and Michigan offensive lineman Zach Zenter. So shout out to Travis Hunter, man. Travis Hunter getting it done in the field, and he's getting it done in the classroom. Now, I want to say something real quick, man. When I went back to school, it was so easy, man. My GPA was really high because all my classes, about 75% of my classes were at home. So I can relax and just do my studies at home because I don't need supervision. I'm self-motivated and to get the work done. For somebody that's self-motivated, if you're self-motivated and get the work done, going to class online is a breeze. But some people need that classroom experience. But shout out to Travis Hunter, like I said, for getting it done, man. Academic All-American. That's the most important award, man, in my eyes. But Travis is one of a kind, man. It looks like this is going to be the last year we have him. We'll see, barring any unforeseen circumstances. I hope not. He should be entering the 2025 NFL draft along with Shiloh Sanders, Shilo, and a host of others. And like I said, all they got to do is win at this point, man. That's all they got to do is win. That's all they got to do, man. Win, win, win. But shout out to Travis, man. Shout out to you guys. And yeah, man. Shout out to you guys. I was trying to go live. Have a panel. Excuse me. I was trying to have a panel, but it looks like it'll be tomorrow. And like I said, you'll see it in the title. It'll say panel and stuff like that. I really want to get back to that. Do a little panel work. See what you guys talking about and different things like that. But yeah, man, everything is looking up right now. There's still probably going to be some things going on in recruiting. They still don't have a defensive coordinator yet. And haven't heard anything about Coach Sal. I'm sure he's still there, but I haven't heard anything. Haven't heard anything about Warren Sapp either. Your guess is good as mine on that one, but I haven't heard anything. But the portal report, Coach Prime, the portal report. I haven't heard anything. Let's see. So I talked about Coach Sal, Warren Sapp, defensive coordinator. Yeah, I would think. I'm assuming it's going to be after the NFL season, I guess, man. I don't know. Or I'm sure he probably has someone in mind, but they take a while to introduce that information. So you probably know who it is now, but you know how it is with the media. They will announce it when they feel like it's a perfect time to announce it, I guess. But right now they're still in, conditioning mode right now. It's not like they're in training camp. Now I could see if they were in training camp and ain't got no defensive coordinator, that's a problem. I guess Coach Prime will have to do it. I guess he would have to do it, man. Yeah. So yeah, man, it take a little bit of time. And also, what real quick, I wanted to say this. I have a Discord. If you guys want to join the Discord, I will have that link in the description. So take a look at that. Take a look at that right there. The Discord, if you guys want to continue the conversation on Discord, check my link in the description of this video, and you could just join the Discord. Anybody can join and have free conversation and stuff like that. And I really want to do these panels. Like I said, man, I had to get some rest, man. I had been moving and moving, and things was just like I had to shut it down for a minute. And you know, without your health, you don't have anything. So I had to shut it down for a minute because I had constantly was going. And you know, when we go live, man, we be going hard. We'll go live for like 4 or 5 hours. So, and I have multiple channels that I'm running. So I know some of you know the channels I'm running, and I'm full time on this channel. I have another channel. I have 3 channels that I'm really going hard on right now. And I have 2 channels that are minor that is in the build mode right now. And those channels are fun. It's just some of my hobbies or whatever. And like I said, I have a cooking channel as well, believe it or not. I haven't done anything on that in a minute. It's just been too busy. But yeah, man, stop by the Discord. Check us out there. We just, you know, we kick it or whatever, have a little conversation and stuff like that. I got to think of some ideas for the Discord and stuff. Yeah, I got to think of some ideas and stuff like that. So, but yeah, man, I'll be talking to you. And yeah, you guys enjoy your night. Be safe. And the panel will be tomorrow. It'll be sometime tomorrow, probably like around 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time or something like that. I'll see. It just depends on when I get back to the house. But all right, guys, I appreciate you joining. Take care.